Same dancer here at Team HMB. Going to talk a little bit about what we have in a daily routine with myself. First things first, we usually, on a day like this, we have a max effort day. So there's usually some sort of maximal lift or max effort expenditure of ourselves. So here we have a max kneeling box jump. What this is working on is maximal extension of the hip, an extension of the knee, and then rapid flexion into our landing position on the plate. I'll continually add plates until I get up into a max height. A PR for me is a 20-inch kneeling box jump.
So what we're doing right now is box squatting. He's going to use a buffalo bar, which is just a variation of a bar, variation of a straight bar. It's got a little bit of a camber to it, so it's going to take some pressure off his shoulders. It's going to put him in a different angle to work his low back a little bit more. We use all different kinds of bars. We use safety squat bars, cambered bars. All of them have a different purpose for what we're looking for. But the biggest thing with this bar is it's going to take some pressure off of his shoulders. We've got bands attached to the bar, the light bands attached, which are about 70 pounds of band tension at the top, providing accommodating resistance, some overspeed eccentrics. So what we're working on right now is speed work. So he's going to do a box squat. He's going to sit back really far onto the box with a vertical shin angle. Sitting really far back so that he has to leg curl himself off the box. So he has to utilize his hips and hamstrings to get himself off of the box. So we'll watch him go through a rep. He's going to sit back and he's going to open up. Right, flex. Again. He's going to sit back, back. Hamstrings, flex. Good. So if you see he sat back to a vertical shin angle, sat back, opened up his hips by spreading the floor, torquing his feet into the ground, spreading the floor apart, which will help open up his hips and put it into his hips and hamstrings and not into his quads. If he sat straight down, he'd be all quads. Right now we're sitting back, opening up, using the leg curling himself off the box.
So another accommodated resistance, dynamic effort movement we have here. We're going 10 by 1 on a deadlift. So when we set up for the single, we want to make sure we're bracing at the top, going into flexion at our hip, and then we have flexion in our thoracic spine. And in this order, we are extending our spine and then sitting back in our heels, squeezing our glutes and extending our hips. One of the most important things when we're doing this deadlift is that you have the ability to set up at the top and not in the bottom of the loaded position. So you want to make sure you're screwing your feet in, you're squeezing your glutes, you're pulling your ribs down, and then you're going into flexion at the top. So here we have the inverse curl machine. Today we have a 3x6 set on this thing. A lot of what we do with the conjugate method and system is have an emphasis on our posterior. This is great because we're pulling up with our glutes and our hamstrings while maintaining the brace midline position. What we have here is a super wide, ultra wide sumo deadlift with resistance bands from the front. Rather than this being as much accommodating resistance, it's just as much of a distraction to get us to make sure we're forcing our weight back under our heels and squeezing our glutes. We have a 3x8 set on this. Here we have a 3 set by 20 rep lateral lunge with our safety squat bar. safety squat bar just provides a more secure kind of latching of the bar onto our shoulders and on the top of our back. Takes some compression out of our shoulders and our spine. And we want to make sure we're hinging our knee here when we're taking our lateral steps. Here we have a flat bench, ankle-weighted leg curls, one set of 200. We do this so we can kind of flush some blood into a particular area, get some nutrients pumping through there, and strengthen our tendons and our ligaments. And as for my final workout of the day, I have a benchmark workout. Ava, 5 rounds, 800-meter run, 30 kettlebell swings at 2 pood, which is around 70 pounds, and 30 pull-ups. I will see you in about an hour.